Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Frieren Beyond Journey's End, episode 18, called First Class Mage Exam.
Sarah is finally getting the burr out of her pants.
I've only been waiting for this for 5 episodes.
Watch this be the worst episode of the
I know,
whole
I'm
series.
like, so the exam. And everyone's like, terrible.
Frieren's gonna fall asleep in the exam or something. She's gonna fail. There's gonna be some outrageous thing that happens.
Her type of skill is just, you can't teach it.
Just because you write a test doesn't mean that the geniuses will pass it. It's for the rest of the people. I think Frieren's gonna fail some aspect of this test.
That is my point.
So last episode was great. Fern got sick. They went looking for the herbs. This was
The flowers.
the
icicle
herbs.
lilies or whatever.
And we kind of saw that intermix of when Frieren was sick and Himmel went, and just their continued relationship, and Himmel just being incredibly thoughtful.
But then Stark giving them the space so that Frieren could take care of Fern, and Fern didn't have to be embarrassed.
I think that was maybe not the first time, but where Stark has shown a little social awareness and made a decision to like help Fern. Not that he doesn't try, but it's like, okay, this is what's happening.
He's an 18-year-old boy.
Yeah, totally. Way more than I would have done at 18.
More importantly, Sign decided to go his own way to find Gorilla Guy.
Yep. So we'll see. Maybe they'll both join the party after.
I think they're gonna meet up again.
Could be.
He's either gonna find him and realize that he wants to go back, or something will have happened to him. And
My prediction is he finds him. He's now got a wife and kids and doesn't want to go on any more adventures. So Sign goes back and looks for them.
this can't be the end of Sign, okay?
No, I agree.
There's too
I
much
agree.
build up to get him to join the adventure for him to just walk away 2 episodes later. So he will be back. But here we go. The moment I've been waiting for, the thing that we've been building to in my mind for episodes is here. So let's see if it actually happens. Frieren Beyond Journey's End, episode 18 is coming right now.
北側諸国最大の魔法都市オイサーストか。
まだまだ遠いね。途中で馬車でも捕まえないと。あそこでフリーレン様が1級魔法使いの資格を取れば北部高原に入れますね。別に資格を取るのは私じゃなくてもいいと思うけどね。どうせすぐ使えなくなっちゃうし。ベルンが取ればいいじゃん。
Doesn't mean she's gonna die?
フリーレン様、知らないんですか？
They change them so often.
1級魔法使いというのは魔法使いの中でもほんの一握りの熟練の魔法使いなんですよ。私なんかでは無理です。
Oh, I didn't see this coming.
そうなんだ。興味なさそうですね。
I don't give a whack.
どうして北部高原に入るのにそんなすげえ魔法使いの同行が必要なんだ？
Because there's some crazy
昔
powerful
から北部高
monsters.
原はアインザームみたいな狡猾な魔法を使う魔物が多いからね。もともと僧侶と優秀な魔法使いがいないと越えられないような難所だ。とはいえ通行に貴重な熟練の魔法使いを要求するってことは北部高原では相当厄介なことが起こっているんだろうね。オイサーストに着いたら試験のことについて調べるよ。フェルンの話だと実践もあるみたいだし対策を考えないと。フリーレン様の魔力なら
Oh, that's what I
ど
was
んな試験
thinking.
内容でも余裕なんじゃないですか？制限している状態でも
Yeah, I don't think she wants to give away how powerful she is.
ロー魔法使いって言うな。
ああ、拗ねちゃったぞ。ロー魔法使いはさすがにひどいんじゃねえか？
すみませんでした。シュタルクがクソババアって言ったことも忘れてないから。
いつの話だよ。
もういい、寝る。オイサーストに着いたら起こして。もうやっぱりいいや。
あ、どうしたんだよ。
空が半分しか見えなかっ 言っておくけどね、フェルン。魔法使いの強さを決めるのは魔力だけじゃないよ。技術や経験、扱う魔法やコントロール、それに努力と根性。
なんか戦士みたいなの混ざってんな。
そして才能。私は今までの人生で自分より魔力が低い魔法使いに11回負けたことがある。
When's the most recent?
そのうち4人は魔族。
クバールもそうでしたね。
1人は私と同じエルフ。そして残りの6人は人間だよ。
そろそろ伯爵領の町が見えてくるかな。オイサーストへの道は険しいね。ちょっと休むとしますか。
ジョーちゃん、いい杖だな。
あれ、もしかしてまた盗賊？せっかくアウラが討伐されて平和になったっていうのに、今度はこういう連中が増えるんだね。
誰が喋れっつった？さっさと荷物まとめて。
Oh, craft.
てめえ。
命が惜しければ今すぐ失せろ。
ずらけるぞ。
ありがとう。
I don't think that girl needed saving.
私は魔法使いユーベル。
文句のクラフトだ。
あれ、もしかしてエルフ？珍しい
Give that away.
ね。初めて見た。
人殺しの目をしているな。俺はお前を助けたわけではない。
I saved them.
近くの森に切り刻まれた盗賊の死体があった。魔法使いの仕業。それも恐ろしいほどの手だれだ。
ああ、そう。お説教でもしに来たの？
いや、俺も冒険者だ。自衛のための殺しにケチをつけるほど頭は固くないさ。ただ目の前の命を拾い上げただけだ。
食えないおっさん、つまんない。
目的地はオイサースとか？
うん、一級魔法使いの試験を受けにね。
フリーレンもそんなことを言っていたな。次会った時の土産話が楽しみだ。
Do we think Craft is gonna join the party? This is definitely setting something up. Either Frieren's gonna fight her for the
That's
test.
what I was thinking. If there's a combat part, I bet those two are gonna fight each other.
I think that's a good assumption or a good take.
And she made sure to say she's only lost 11 times. 6 of those times were to humans.
Yes.
That encounter has to be pretty far south because Kraft was on his way south, wasn't he, when he met up with them?
Probably.
I mean, and it wasn't snowing. Not that it's snowing where they currently are either, but...
Yeah. I didn't see the timestamp for it, but...
Well, originally, before Kraft showed up, I thought that there was a flashback to
So did
when
I.
Frieren
Yeah,
lost.
that's what I thought was gonna happen too. I'm curious. This girl seems a little flippant.
She seems a little... Yeah, that's a good word. Laissez-faire with lives.
Yeah.
Especially considering she's a human and the human lifespan is, like, short.
She was definitely baiting them into attacking her so she could do, like,
Yeah.
take care of
Also,
them.
where's her bag? Where's her coat? Like, she's gonna be real cold up in the north.
Always worried about the details.
Well, yeah, I mean, her outfit looked great, but, like, you're going to the northern lands.
I'm sure she'll figure it out. Maybe she's got a spell for a coat.
She seems a little dangerous.
Yeah, agreed.
試験は2ヶ月後になります。一級魔法使いの試験は3年に一度となりますのでご注意ください。
Good timing.
それと受験資格に5級以上の魔法使いの資格が必要になります。
Every 1 to 3 years?
ヘルン、任せたから。
フリーレン様、私一人じゃ無理
So
です。
Fern is a third class currently?
I don't know.
落ちたらどうするつもりですか？一級試験は3年に一度なんですよ。
そしたら一級魔法使いを雇うか、回路で渡るよ。
それだとすごくお金がかかりますよ。また毎日おやつ抜きになってしまいます。
とは言っても私無資格だし。
Oh yeah, she doesn't even have a 5th class, so she can't even do it.
正常な証じゃ無理だよね。 だから何なんですかその骨董品は。
ちょっと君、それ見せてもらってもいいかな。一級試験を受けられるおつもりですか？
Do we know where she got
で
that?
きそうだね。まさかまだこれ
It
を
was
知っている人がいたなんてね。
mentioned. This emblem has come up
それ
before.
すごいものなんですか？そのはずなんだけどね。
That whole interaction right there made me think of what our little one is going to say to you. Did you used to be impressive back in the day?
She'll look at me and be like, yeah, you did nothing. And we're like, okay, yeah, true.
It's just so funny how the youth. Wait, that thing you have. Does that mean anything? Is it impressive?
But I feel like it did come up when the whole exam got brought up the first time because she's like, oh, I have this. Isn't this enough? Or
Yeah.
something? Or I might be
I'm curious to
misremembering.
know what she had to do to get that or where it came from, but that interaction just made me laugh about youth and what other people have done in
Yeah.
context.
But Frieren can't even take the exam, period, because she doesn't have any certification.
Well, so I think they just established that they will allow her to take it because she has that.
But is that guy the proctor of the exam? He looked like he was going to sign in to take the exam.
That's what I thought too, but from that interaction, I got the impression that both Fern and Frieren will be able to take the exam. Frieren because she has this and it
Okay.
signifies something.
And Fern is third class, but if it's that risky and combat's part of it, like they could die taking the exam, could they not?
My guess is it's not a fight to the death.
Okay.
フリーレンは魔法使いギルドには入ってないんだな。
魔法を管理する団体って頻繁に変わるからね。いちいちそんなのに入ってらんないよ。
I mean, that's fair.
それに私にはこれがあるから。正常の証、すごいでしょ。
何この錆びた首飾り。知ってる？全然。
Even the holy guy can't tell.
そう。これだけが私が魔法使いであることの証だったんだけどな。
フリーレン。確かに僕たちはその首飾りのことは知らない。でも、僕たちは君がすごい魔法使いであることを知っている。それでいいじゃないか。
でもすぐ死んじゃうじゃん。フリーレン様。私たちはフリーレン様がすごい魔法使いであることを
That's
知
what
ってい
Himmel
ますから。
said.
Yeah.
そうだね。大陸魔法協会の規定だと、魔法使いは一般的に5級から一人前と呼ばれているみたいだね。フェルンはなんで3級を取ったの？一番試験の日程が近かったからです。5級以上の魔法使いの総数が600人。見習いの6級から9級を含めても全体で2000人か。そのうち1級は45人。1級試験は3年に1度で、オイサーストの北部支部と聖都シュトラールの本部の2カ所で開催。合格者が出ない年も多い。当たり前のように死傷者も出ている。
I guess they can die.
それなりの難関だね。それにしても魔法使いもだいぶ数が減ったね。昔はもっと多かったんですか？魔王軍の構成が激化した100年前だったら、街を歩けば魔法使いとすれ違うのが当たり前だったからね。今だとこういう魔法としてもないと見かけない。じゃあ2ヶ月後に備えて、きっちり修行しようか。
If there's a chance they can die, that seems kind of like not a waste, but like if there's so few of them and to risk their lives doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I love that. It's like E.T.
I like that they're training together for the same thing, which is kind of
これよ
cool.
り一級魔法使い選抜試験を行う。
今年はなかなか粒揃いですな。
長年にわたり魔王軍の残党と戦ってきた北部魔法隊隊長のリアベル2級魔
Reminds me
法
of
使
Jean
い
or whatever his name was from
シミ
Yuri
ダ
on
の
Ice.
権力争いに勝ち抜き宮廷魔法使いの座についた海戦山戦の老快さを持つ弁剣2級魔法使い史上最年少で3級試験をトップの成績で
Okay,
合格した
wow.
フェルン3級魔法
Add
使い
that to her resume.
まあ問題児もいますが2年前の2級試験で試験官の1級魔法使いを殺害し失格処分になったユーベル3級魔法使い
What's up with this girl's hair?
なんか熟練のローマ法使いみたいな魔力してる人いるあれ誰
知らん。
How do you not know
それで
her?
は第一次試験の内容を発表するパーティー戦だ総勢57名3人1組のパーティーに分かれ試験を受けてもらうでは組分けを行う
腕輪か。数字が書かれている第2パーティーといったところか。魔力を込めることで仲間の腕輪の位置がわかる。これでパーティーを識別するのか。しかし
Is
面
she gonna
白
have
い
to
ことを
fight
する
Fern?
ね。
I hope not.
通常のパーティーならともかく、くせ者揃いの魔法使いを集めた即席のパーティーでまともな連携を取るのは難しい。こういうのは第一印象が大事だし。
She's just analyzing the whole
気をつけ
situation.
ないと。腕輪の反応はここらへん。
やってみろ。
もう喧嘩してる。
Oh no.
Ooh,
よろしくね。
よろしくお願いしま
both
す。
purple eyes. This is Sarah's nightmare. Group work.
Group work. And group work where you can't pick your group is like takes it to the next level of stress.
Sarah's had two criteria for picking groups to work with. Somebody who was also type A and really smart, or the duds who would be okay letting her do all the work.
Like, I will do the whole project. Just do not mess up the presentation.
Don't get in my
I
way.
will write out what you have to say.
None of these mediocre people who want to do things but suck. Keep those out of my group.
Either be elite or just be terrible but know how to read. No, seriously, this would be the most stressful part of the whole thing for me.
Absolutely. And you could hear Fern talking to herself, okay, don't make waves.
Frieren?
That's what I meant, Fern. She knows if she were to not suppress her mana and just let it go, the whole room would go silent.
Well, and her as an individual, she's not particularly likable upon first meeting.
Sure.
Because she's so blunt. She
She
doesn't
just
really
gives
care what people
Zero.
think.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see how this goes. Because she's got two squabbling children.
I like that there's a group of 3 girls though in
Yeah.
hers, but then I'm also worried about Fern because Yubal's in her group.
I wonder if they're gonna have to work as a group or if they're gonna have to come out as the top person in their group to go on to the next round.
I'm wondering, I bet it's going to be a mixture of both. Like, you have to work with your group, and then once it gets narrowed down, then it's like, take down your group members. Take down. Cutthroat, baby.
I'm
This
very
is the
curious.
first class mage exam.
You gotta keep the first class elite, and you don't want a ton of members.
But that's what
so-
I'm saying. Like, you want to keep the first class elite, which is great. But if you're risking second and third class mages or whatever, who are also very, like, talented in their own right, like, do you really want to risk losing them when there are so few to begin with?
Yeah,
It's
it's
tough.
a fair
Let's take
consideration.
death off the table for this exam to maintain the mage population.
But I think most of the time they probably are, and then you have some wildcats who just come out and do what she did to the top mage.
Wildcats.
Wild cards.
cards.
That's what I was looking for.
Now what team?
I thought maybe you were gonna let that slide. I thought we were gonna get away with just the claw making fun of me, but no, we'll bring it back and really rub it in.
第一次試験の具体的なルールを説明する。この試験区域にはシュティレという小鳥が生息している。各パーティーにつき1つカゴを配布しておいた。第一次試験の合格条件は2つ。明日の日没までにシュティレの入ったカゴを所持していること。 その時点でパーティーメンバー全員が揃っていることだ。基本的に行動は自由だが、試験区域の外側に出た者がいた場合は、その所属パーティー全員をその場で失格処分とする。
区域を囲むように塵一つ通さないような強力な結界を
Are
張っ
these
て
two
おい
like
て
friends or do they know each other to begin
出ら
with?
れるわけないのにね。
説明はちゃんと聞いてるんだ。
それでは第一次試験を開始する。
This seems like a very interesting task. I'm wondering if the birds are magical or if there aren't enough birds for the whole group. Like, it seems too straightforward. I'm wondering what the catch is going to be.
It'll be light work for Frieren.
Yeah,
I think her bratty teammates are going to surprise her though.
I think so too. I'm very curious to see how all this plays out.
まずは作戦を立てるべきだって。
The plan is let Frieren do
見つけねえ
it.
ことには作戦の立てようがねえだろうが。
What, have they acknowledged her yet?
No.
喧嘩してる。とりあえず歩きながら自己紹介しない？あと、カゴを持つのはじゃんけんで決めなさい。私はフリーレン。よろしくね。
ラビーネ、3級魔法使いだ。カンネだよ。同じく3級魔法使い。
Frieren.
ラビーネとは幼馴染で同じ魔法学校の出身だよ。
Magic school?
二人はシュティレに関する知識はあるの？
いや、ないよ。
私は知識はあるけど、実物は見たことがないから、まずはシュティレを見つけて観察してみようか。
Tell us what you know about these steelates.
疲れた。だらしがねえな。
少し休憩しようか。
私はまだ動けるから先見てくるよ。まとまって動いた方が安全だって。うっせえな、それだと効率悪いだろうが。
ラビーネは強いの？
こいつよりはな。やんのかこら。
私と比べたら？
あんたとは戦いたくね
え。なるほど。いいよ、見てきな。危なくなったら戻ってくること。
あ、
それと空には気をつけてね。
分かってるよ。
はあ、このパーティー大丈夫かな。
フリーレン、なんだか先生みたい。
Yeah, because I'm 1,000 years older than you.
カンネたちが喧嘩しているせいだよ。仕切
You
り
two
たい
need
わ
to
け
be
じゃない。
separated.
ごめんね。私たち昔からこんな感じなんだ。ところで、空に気をつけろってどういうこと？
そのままの意味だよ。魔力探知苦手？
なんで？おい。
早いね。
シュティレ見つけたぜ。
Oh.
よくやったラビーネ。じゃあよく観察して。
No.
観察しろって言ったのに逃げられるの？
いや、上出来だぜカンネ。
へえ、やるじゃん。でもそろそろ伏せた方がいいかも。
は？なんで？
シュティレは極めて頑丈で、最大飛行速度は音速を超える。
Whoa.
あの程度の高速じゃ無意味だよ。
マジかよ、もう見えねえぞ。惜しかったね。
捉えるにはよく観察する必要がある。
As I
今
said,
日一日はシュティレの観察に使うよ。カンネが水を操り、
Frieren will never admit it, but she's a very good teacher and she can actually manage group dynamics pretty well.
She's so good at what she does and has so much experience, but she will never volunteer
Correct.
that information to people. She lets people come to their own conclusions about her. And she's not pushy about it or anything. She'll just be like, we should observe. We should observe. As I said, we should observe. She threw out the fact like, yeah, I know about Stele. But if you want me to tell you, like, you're gonna have to ask me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about to offer information.
Well, and she watches the group and then sent one off and said, you don't detect mana very well. So she clearly knows something. She tested her, do you want to fight me? Like, she's probing and looking at things and figuring out the dynamics. But she does it in such a non-invasive or threatening way that nobody really understands what she's doing.
That's what Adam would be like if he was a mage. Look, he's like, that is the greatest compliment you could ever pay me. Thank you so much. Can something like a steelite, do they have mana? Or, see, I changed it. I didn't like how that felt on my tongue. Mana. I'm sticking to mana. I tried it one time. No. Do they have mana?
They might. I'm not sure.
No, but like, do you know, like, or is it just like a humanoid demon thing? Or can like little animals have it?
I'm sure there are creatures that have mana. I think it depends on what the world is like. I'm not sure.
Is mana something that you can control or utilize or harness, or is it an innate ability? Because I feel like with the animal, it's like an innate characteristic or trait, but like the way a mage uses it is like it's honed.
Yeah, so I've read a lot of people kind of talking about the Frieren world, and I think what I've gathered is that everybody has some level of mana. Like even Stark has mana, but they can't necessarily tap into it and use it. It may come out in some of their training, it may make Stark stronger, but he's not actively controlling it like the mages do. So there's like a talent or an ability required to tap into it, but it could affect other things that you train or do. Again, that may not be entirely correct, but that's kind of some of the discussions that I've been reading online.
Okay.
ラビーネがそれを凍らせた。息を合わせたような的確なタイ
So
ミン
they
グ
hate each other,
But they're
but they're a good team.
yeah,
一
they just
朝一
bicker.
夕でできるようなものじゃない。
Like me and you,
ど
Yeah.
うなること
We
か
love
と
each
思
other,
っていたけれども、
but we're
こ
funny.
れならなんとか。
すぐに追うぞ。それより湖の周りを。なんでだよ、早く行った方がいいんだよ。
また喧嘩してる。
That was a big fish though. That thing is fast. Like, let's break the sound barrier here. They're like siblings.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
何か音が。あれ
Don't go by
レ
yourself.
レンがいない。
Oh.
Frien's gone to complete the mission.
やっぱりこれって小さいけど雨音だ。
Does she conjure a rain cloud?
降っていないのになんで。あ、そういうことか。ってことはもしかして。
Whoa.
魔物。
That's why she said don't go by yourself. Whoa.
Don't wonder if they change at night.
それ
You don't need it though.
ラビーネ。
I bet you that's the bird.
空には気をつけろって言ったでしょ。落ち着いた？
うん。
ラビーネの名前を呼んでいた。
No, I didn't.
ラビーネのこと嫌いでしょ？
そうだね。
だよね。なのにどうして二人は連携が取れているんだろう。不思議だ。
私ってさ、意外と臆病で、いざって時に何もできなかったりすることがよくあ
That's
る
pretty
んだ。
good self-awareness.
初めての飛行魔法の実習の時もそうだった。先行った連中、あんな遠くに行っちまったぞ。下は水なんだから死にはしねえよ。勇気がないってんなら蹴り飛ばしてやろうか。ラビーネなんか嫌い。知ってるよ。 いつも私にひどいこと言ってさ。私はね、褒められて伸びるタイプなんだよ。
冗談だろ。優しいパパとママに甘やかされて育った結果がこれだろうがよ。そんなんで飛べるってんならいくらでも優しくしてやるよ。
じゃあ私のいいところ言って。
おいおい、マジで言ってんのかよ。本当は臆病なくせに頑張っているところ。お前のいいところだよ。
もっと言って。
なんでだよ。隠れてたくさん努力しているところ、周りのことをよく見ていて気遣いができると。
Except when there's a massive bird coming to kill you.
I'd be like, no, 3's enough. We're stopping.
We're getting superficial now.
キモい。
なんだよ、飛べるじゃねえか。お前にはもう優しくしてやんね。
This was the coach in me, what kind of watching that dynamic. And it's true, like people obviously need encouragement. You can't go through life and not have your strength acknowledged. I mean, everybody, it makes you feel good. That's normal. But very rarely do you grow in your comfort zone. She's aware enough now to say, I'm a coward, but I can do this. And she knows that her friend, Lawine, I think is her name? Lavine, is good for her, but she doesn't like it. And that's fine. But
you don't
I'm
have to
impressed.
like it.
Exactly. I'm impressed she keeps putting herself in that situation, right? I think innately people want to grow and get better, but we innately also don't want to be uncomfortable. And you're constantly working that balance of, I'm comfortable, I can grow. I'm comfortable, I can grow. And when you're teaching somebody, there is too far. You can push somebody too far out of their comfort zone, and then you need to bring them back. And you can also baby them too much where then they don't grow. And just watching that interaction and how they're aware of those pieces. And Lavina's like, okay.
I'll tell you something nice.
And then she keeps asking, and she's rolling her eyes like, all right, I threw you a bone. Oh, you got a nice smile, and then kicked her off the cliff.
I could relate to Lavine in that moment.
100% you could.
Like, I'll give you a compliment, but if you keep begging me, enough's enough. Okay, let's get down to business.
I mean, that relationship reminds me a lot of your beach partners.
Oh, a lot of the people I played with were...
needy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like Lavine, where you eventually reach a point and you're like, okay, let's get moving here.
Enough's enough.
I can't keep pulling these compliments out of my hat.
Yeah. There's nothing that great about you. I'm kidding.
ちゃんと私を引っ張ってくれるんだ。おかげで怖いことも勢いに任せれば、意外となんとかなるって気がついた。ところでフリーレン、私面白いことに気がついたんだけど。
One of her strengths.
これって何かの役に立つかな。
なるほど。もしかしたらシュティレを簡単に
run it into the barrier and just...
It might actually have to do something with the rain.
But no, she said it's not raining.
There's some spell, I don't know if it's a barrier or if...
Because remember there was like the dome enclosing the thing. I'm wondering if that's the edge of the dome.
Oh, it might be. It sounds like rain.
And maybe you could run a stele into the side and it'll just like freeze.
Zap, yeah, could be.
What did you think it is?
I thought maybe, this is gonna sound dumb, but like they have some sort of magic and the rain like follows them at night or puts them to sleep or something along those lines.
Their own portable sound machine.
Yeah.
Adam's like, this sounds dumb, but I wrote this anime, so I know that that's the answer.
I wanted to see Fern's group, but I'm assuming we'll see them next episode. I feel like this whole mage chapter may be a couple episodes, and I'm all about it.
I hope it's more than a couple episodes. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
It's reminding me of early Naruto days, you
Fair
know,
enough. Yeah.
when they get put in those groups in the forest. So, yeah.
On the flip side of that dynamic, though, going back to what we were talking about, I'm curious. It's Lavine and who's the other one? I forget her name. Anyway, the one who was sitting on the cliff. I wonder if Lavine acknowledges that she brings anything to the relationship. Like that she pushes her maybe in a different way.
She probably would never say it in front of her, but I bet if Frieren got her alone, she might.
Yeah, I was curious what that would be. Because she acknowledged her skills, and I'm curious. I mean, when you're in a relationship and they've clearly spent a lot of time with each other, you rub off in different ways, and I'm curious what the one going the other way would be.
I'm curious that she just said, like, no, I don't like her. Like, usually you see relationships like that, and you're like, yeah, we're good. We just, like, drive each other crazy. But she's like, I don't like her.
That may be the outward answer all the time, but I bet if push comes to shove, they would protect each other, like, to the end.
Very interesting dynamics. I like where this is going. I find the like team setting really interesting because we've only seen the group working together, and Stark has been put to work a lot. So now it's interesting that Fern and Frieren has helped Stark in his tasks several times, but it's interesting that Fern and Frieren are the ones that are like getting put to work now, on the hook, and they're not working together.
Yeah. Did they mention that there was a warrior like competition or level at the city too? I thought I heard it was like a one-line thing. So I wonder if he's going to end up getting involved in that in some way. But
I missed that, but I might have been peeking at the baby real quick.
Frieren in this dynamic is also interesting. Just to see a different side of her and to see her in a different situation. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that. It was a good episode.
Yes. They are going to be successful. I know Frieren is going to take all the information that she's gathering and put it together to make a good plan. Mm-hmm. But let us know your thoughts. I'm excited to see how this unravels, who goes head to head in the combat, things like that. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Frieren Beyond Journey's End coming next week. Bye.